Yo, yo, yo. What's up? So, I've got a receding hairline, and I'm not much of a spiritual guru, but I want to get through, talk, make contact, and the subject of the next few episodes is going to be astral projection. Um, I think I can kind of over egg the pudding by releasing more than one video every 24 hours, and it's probably not a good idea. Put people off like that. But if I can do one a week on scheduled release, if you feel like, passing comment, if you want to say anything or leave a comment, then that's great because that helps me to target the right audience. And if there's changes that you'd like to see or improvements, I'm open to suggestion. So I'm not in any great rush, as you can probably tell, but I want to explore the astral realms, and one of the best ways to get in touch with dream energy, I think for me anyway, is to just describe it. It's a big topic, and there's a lot of resistance to it, I think, in that it doesn't get talked about much, at least not among my friends and peers, although I probably talk about it more with my family. So I'd like to move past that kind of resistance and explore, what is it that's great about dreaming, what's accessible, and how it can help people to get in touch with their own strengths and your ability to overcome problems. So the medicinal language of dreaming is very brain centric, and it suggests that the brain digests information during the day and then seeks a resolution for it at night. And sometimes dreams or inspirational moments in dreams can be a trigger that help you to both feel inspired and may offer, in fact, or indeed it may offer literal practical solutions that are left field. I believe there was a composer who was inspired by a dream he had where he met the devil, and the devil played this spectacularly beautiful music on a violin, and the composer took those snippets of dream that he could remember and he used them to compose a piece of magnificent music, which, if my history's right, he felt that he couldn't do justice to the genius of the musicianship that he heard, but it still was enough to prompt that level of creativity. So me, for myself, I guess I want to perfect the art of flying in dreams. That's one goal. Dreams I tend to have are come at me in unexpected ways, and I'd like to get more lucidity. I'd like to be more able to just tap into that dream energy deliberately and through conscious choice, rather than kind of stumbling into dreams, finding myself in a dream and thinking, "Ooh, this is nice. What do I do now?" There have been times when I've been on a flying trip, and it's felt like I had enough control that I didn't just float off into the sky and then kind of wake up with a jolt. Or I mean, there was one time I remember, for instance, running, and I was running over this grassy field in the dream, and I gradually took off, and that was a lot of fun. There's been times when I've found myself flying and thought I'm going too fast, or I don't have control of what's happening here, and that chaos, that uncertainty was enough to wake me up again. There's been other times when I've managed to gain control of the maneuver. So it can go, on a spectrum, anything from whirling around a room really quickly to, and for that, to just be pitch black in a sense of being, trapped in a space like a compressed ball of energy, and not having any real sense of direction. And other times I've been very deliberate. I want to go there, I want to fly there, or I want to fly at that height and no higher, because if I go higher, I'm going to wake up, or I'm going to get freaked out and wake up. So by talking to you about this, what it does for me is it puts me in touch with that exact level of enthusiasm and kind of deliberate optimism, I suppose you could call it. And so as I describe these scenarios to you, I'm hopeful that by doing so, that is going to enable my own journeys in that realm. And it's also, at the same time, in parallel, it's about purely the business of relating positive experiences. That by doing so, that kind of opens the throat chakra to more positive experiences, over which one might have a little more influence. I mean, I remember dreaming that I could fly when I was quite young, and then I went through a patch where it dipped. My dream life kind of fizzled, and I became academic like so many other kids. But it's a skill that, although in some ways I've lost some of that skill, the deliberate intent to reacquire it is part of the same trip. So if you take anything from this video, it would be that a necessary tool in your kit bag of how to have a successful flying dream is enthusiasm, and the belief that it can happen, and the actuality of it actually happening are kind of the same thing. We often, I think, we place a kind of chronological distance between where I am now and where I want to be, and by seeing that those are both perceptually, in theory at least, potentially identical, means that you don't then project your hopes into the future. You allow your hopes to feel embedded now. So that's another take on it. Yeah, so that'll do for now. And if you've got any questions or you have any ideas about this, then please let me know. Cheerio.